Hi friends! Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. I'm Trula, your lovely hostess, and today is a little bit of a frazzledness. As of filming this, I was editing last night, and accidentally deleted, had 5 book reviews filmed, had 1 edited, so I lost the original filming of that. 3 of them got deleted because they were in the wrong spot in DaVinci Resolve, and I did not realize that and really did not believe it was going to permanently delete the files. And what did it do? Not put them in my trash. The fact that the program itself can override my file manager kind of pisses me off. And yeah, we're going to leave it at that. So I have to refilm 3 book reviews for you guys. This is one of them. And so there's 6 in this next slew of videos. The first 3 are going to be the 3 that I'd already recorded, and we're going to hope I strike gold a second time, and the other 3 are new. So without further ado, let's get into it. But also, you're probably like, where's the podcast mic? We got a lav mic now, you guys. DJI Mini. So far so good. I'm loving it. I'm really planning on doing some ASMR videos of Lady Catherine's voice, purrs with this at some point in time. I did take 1 video. It's been posted on her Instagram, but I want to do some more. Anyways, not the point. Let's get into our video. We are reviewing today the sequel to Marc J. Gregson's The Sky's End. This is the first book in the Above the Black fantasy trilogy, where we are introduced to 16-year-old Conrad, who is fighting up through the meritocracy to get revenge on his uncle who killed his father and then basically forced him and his mom to the Lows and kidnapped his sister. So yeah. So we met Conrad in this one. He has become a full-fledged hunter captain by the end of this, and then shit hits the fan. Why are we not surprised? It's awesome. Young adult novel series, I never give them up. I just happen to still find them ones that I like. What I love about the series so far, there's a romance in it, but it's the undercurrent of the book series. It's not the main focus. So, without further ado, we are going to be talking about Among Serpents, book 2 of the trilogy. So, as always, we kick off with my favorite part, the inside summary. It takes guts to rise to the top of the meritocracy. It'll take sheer ruthlessness to stay there. As militants and monsters lay waste to the Skylands, Uncle's lawless tyranny threatens to unravel fragile trade alliances. Conrad, no longer a mere captain, now commands a squadron of ships at the order of the king. But Conrad's high status can't protect him from his own turmoil, and the price of power is steeped in blood. Tormented by the tragedies of war and by betrayal from his own family, Conrad must prove his worth to all of the Skylands. Led by an unhinged explorer, Conrad embarks on a secret expedition to turn the tides of the battle, before another island falls at the jaws of the Gigaton. It's a journey fraught with peril, deadly monstrosities, sabotage, stowaways, and with friendships pushed to the brink and gentle romance stirring, Conrad will have to muster more than courage to weather the raging storms ahead. Just to give you some reference, I have already reviewed Sky's End. This has already been reviewed. The video is already up on my channel. It's a short. I will have it linked below in the description. But to give you the honest review of this series as a whole really quick, I love them. I saw the video where Marc was revealing the cover to this to his students, not having even seen it himself. And the look on his face was what made me decide that I was going to read this book. I picked it up when I was visiting my friend in Memphis when it came out in 2024 and fell in love. I think I read this in like a week. Then when we got release date for this, it immediately went on my calendar. I could not wait. I love Marc's lives on TikTok and all of that stuff, so I try to like catch them when I can. I can't always, but Marc, if you're watching this, I love it. I love getting to ask you questions about the books, and as promised, I will explain in this video what I mean by it's comfort like Star Wars. I did that in the original recording of this video, and we're gonna hope that I do it better justice this go around, or at least hit the same like notes that I hit the last time. So, anyways, Among Serpents, absolutely delicious. much more meatier than its older sibling. Very, very thorough, very interesting. I love worlds that build in a way that you kind of get to imagine it in your head. But Marc does a really good job of describing these things. Like, I'm gonna be honest, the weaponry, I don't think this is how I pictured the harpoon guns in my head. Like, the harpoon guns are on, like, what they're carrying and stuff like that. I don't think that's how I pictured them in my head. But they're cool. They're badass. Like, we get to see the serpents, and I really now want a artwork piece of the Gigaton, because this is not the Gigaton. I don't think this is the Gigaton. And Marc, you're very welcome to, like, correct me if you're watching this and see comment in the comments that if I'm right. I'm 99.9% sure that what's on the cover of Sky's End is not the Gigaton. But I will say this book kind of gives me Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark vibes. And I don't mean in the hilariousness that the Indiana Jones movies tend to be. My point of this is it's like, we're going to try and find something that may or may not exist on an island that is basically, getting to it is very fraught with peril to get to. So, yeah. I'm an Indiana Jones girl. I always have been. I love Indiana Jones. I can't help it. So anyways, I absolutely love this. Every piece of growth in this, from Conrad being reunited with his sister, which, like I said, I'm not going to spoil that, to learning more about the people who live in the below. I think that's what it's referred to in the book. I could be wrong. It's been a minute, you guys. I read this in January in a post-Onyx Storm haze. Trust me, we're lucky I retained enough that I remember things past that. I honestly still don't remember what I read in Onyx Storm, but that's another video. I absolutely love this. I didn't want to put it down when I started reading it, but I did try to draw it out as long as possible because I was in between books at the time. Marc, you had struck gold again, and that's all I'm going to say. But to kind of give the clarification of what I mean by these are Star Wars comfort level books for me, is that you kind of see that Odyssey of Luke, and I would say Conrad and his, I'm gonna call him Merry Band of Misfits. Just deal with it. Him and his crew are the Merry Band of Misfits. They are basically a bigger group of Han, Luke, and Leia, in my opinion. Okay, just follow me here. And while none of the books end up on a happily ever after, HEA, we get those vibes of going through the plot line of we've got our highs, we've got our lows, we've got our highs, or we've got our lows. And while Sky's End ended on a really good high, like Star Wars A New Hope, this one ends like The Empire Strikes Back. Like, we're not sitting in a good place. And so for me, I see a lot of like Conrad and Luke connections, and I see a lot of Leia connections to not only Conrad's sister but also Conrad's love interest in the books, and I see a lot of Han Solo and a lot of the other characters that are, on the crew as well. Like, Conrad even has a little bit of Han Solo in him, in my opinion. And it's just that you've got these characters that you've created and that Marc has created, and they're so amazing and they're so diverse. But at the same time, you can find little comfort pieces in them. Uncle is like Emperor Palpatine to me. And so it's like, okay, this is a villain that, like, I can recognize, and I know he's about to screw stuff up for himself. Like, he's already screwing stuff up for himself in this book, but, like, it's gonna be worse. And so I absolutely love that. And being able to recognize that is fantastic. We're going to have our little cutout section right here so that I can
Catherine, baby, it's time to eat. Go get your food.
So anyways, point being of this whole entire book series that I've loved so much is, like I said, I find a little bit of comfort in Star Wars. Star Wars is one of those films that, at least the original trilogy, I've watched it a million times. I could literally probably tell you where I fell asleep at in the whole entire books, like in the whole entire film series, and just be able to tell you, like, hey, this is where we were when I fell asleep. Let's just pick up right back there. But like, it feels, while it is a whole new world, it feels like walking into a world I already know. And I love an author who can create that kind of space. And so when I say it's like Star Wars, that's what I mean. It's a comfort book for me. And I really like this series. And honestly, it's definitely going to be staying on my bookshelf after book 3. I'm pretty sure of it. We'll see. We'll see how book 3 goes, Mark. We'll see how book 3 goes. But with that, to kind of give you guys a lowdown of what I am, how the release plan is going for the next few book reviews when you see this, because this will be after Rebel Witch releases, I believe. I could also be very, very wrong, and I'm double checking myself. So, yes, this will be after Rebel. This is way after Rebel, which releases. Greek Goddesses and Herbal Magic should have already dropped. There's this one, and then A Promised Land will be releasing on the 1st of July. Entering Hekate's Cave will be happening on the 8th of July. And then I still have plans to hang out with my friend Kieran as of this video being recorded. We have not made those plans yet, but we will be doing the first ever comfy couch talk review of Ina Garten's A Memoir, Be Ready When the Luck Happens. So there you go. That is what's coming. I do have additional content that I am working on making, you guys. That is all 100% listed out in my ideas folder on my Notion. And one of those happens to be Practical Magic, a book series and movie retrospective. So be looking forward to that, and I will see you guys in the next one.